Se você deseja consultoria de qualidade, vem para o time Music.
Enormous amounts of size and the quality of the muscle. That can't be done through just sitting there pumping 25, 30, or 40-pound dumbbells. Things he do, that amount of weight, it's not normal strength. It's a gift from God, number one, that he has. He's gifted with genetics to be able to do that.
He's going to go beyond anything he's ever done before.
Well, it's a genetic gift that you got, and you're certainly taking it where no man's gone before, Ron.
I've never seen a muscle look like that. I don't see someone being able to achieve that.
Nobody's close to Ronnie Coleman at 100%. Nobody. I don't care what anybody says. They can idolize whoever they want. Ronnie, if you look at Ronnie in 2003, we may never see that again. Ever.
The most muscular man the world has ever seen.
Yeah, without a doubt, Ronnie Coleman is just a true freak of nature.
One of the people that I kept my eye on, that I felt was the most gifted bodybuilder, that Mother Nature said, here it is, was Matt Mendenhall. I have never till today seen a physique as complete, as genetically balanced as Matt. Matt Mendenhall. You recall the movie He-Man. Matt was a walking He-Man. He was absolutely beautiful, from forearms to bicep to chest to shoulder waist ratio to calves to thighs, everything. And I always thought in my head, if this guy got it together, it would be a challenge like no other. He lacked that fire and that desire.
Sergio Oliva had uniformly long muscle bellies on like everywhere in his body. It's probably the most genetically gifted bodybuilder ever. They're just people that stand out to be like, wow, this is Mr. Olympia at the time. I mean, it's like something from another planet at that time, the late 60s, right? Amazing. Ronnie was very gifted, but I would say Sergio has probably had the best genetics, and look what the guy looked like in the late 60s with what they had available.
Any crazy person that never won that you really were impressed by?
Yeah.
That you would, who?
Aaron Baker. I'll never forget the first time I saw him. I thought he was a superhero.
Seeing results every day kind of motivates you, keeps you going.
Nobody's the same in this game, but we're all in the same game, just different levels, dealing with the same hell, just different devils. We are all human, the same species, yet every person's muscle structure is completely different. But genetics don't wake you up to get things done. To unlock that potential, you have to put in continuous effort. You will find out your genetics are one of a kind.
I don't know, there's certain guys too that are just genetic freaks. And look, I've seen Kevin go from not trained to like 3 months later seeing him again. I remember there was one time where I saw him, had surgery or something, but he had lost a ton, he was really slim. And then I saw him like 3 months later and I was like, oh my God. He had like cellophane skin and he was just crazy. And genetically, if he can do that, holy cow, I mean.
We all have something that's unique about each and every one of us. Just find out what yours is, believe in yourself, and tap into it.
They all have at the top of the genetic field, but there is always going to be that outlying guy that is a flex wheeler that is just God-given. There's nothing that can match that. Flex Wheeler was beat by hard work. There was guys that outworked him, but that wasn't because of, they were better than Flex. That was just because Flex let him get it.
Let me tell you something. A Flex Wheeler out of shape to still beat me. A lot of times when you weren't 100%, you still beat me. Your shape and your symmetry and everything is just flawless.
Guys that have the small waist, ripped abs, full muscles, wide shoulders, that's the perfect physique.
Doing vacuums on a regular basis for just bringing that waist in, holding it for maybe 10 to 20 seconds, religiously, every day, trains the muscles to keep everything in tight. The more you do it, the smaller your waist can become. Just in your everyday, how you look in clothes, how you look with your shirt off, it's going to improve that.
know, these physiques that were just like incredible to look at from every angle. Tiny little waist, tiny little joints, wide shoulders, masterpieces.
I would say he's one of the more genetically gifted Mr. Olympias we've seen, and people view genetics as different things, whether you get lean enough but the muscle bellies and the way the skin lies over the muscle and the insertions, Phil has it all, especially from the back, which, you know, that's where a lot of the criticisms are made with a lot of the guys. He can definitely do a lot of damage.
In order to take my career to the next level, I had to never just rely on genetics alone. And I had to understand that, you know, hard work beats talent every day. But those guys that are talented and that exercise hard work ethic and discipline can do some amazing things.
He has all the right tools, and with the right heart, he's a very dangerous bodybuilder.
There's never been anyone that's built like that guy ever in the business of bodybuilding in the sport.
Then he has a small waist and he flows like crazy. There's never been anybody like that at all.
320 pounds, man, it's just as balanced as he can get. He has beautiful shape, symmetry for the size that he carries.
We all know the guy has more muscle than almost everyone in certain areas, especially the legs. Say the guy is a genetic wonder.
He's going to be unstoppable.
When he walked through the door, he was the biggest thing I ever saw. A lot of those other guys were humongous, but this guy was like in a different world. His legs were as thick, as round as a 45-pound plate. If you saw what he looked like at 16 years old, he was a monster. That guy's genetics was so sick.
Watching him train in Gold's gym, veins would be running across his massive chest, shoulders, and arms. Massive traps, giant calves, big legs, insane arms, crazy wide chest with vascularity, small, tight, shredded waist. This guy was a monster. Shoulder width is out of this world. Silhouette on this guy is insane. When he walked down on the stage, the deltoids instantly popped.
Lee Priest was like the talk then, and I always mentioned, anyone ever asked me who the freakiest bodybuilders you've ever seen in real life, cannot tell you how crazy Lee Priest was. Still to this day, he was so big. He could barely walk, that's how big he was. Like, I know in today's era, like, we've seen the biggest guys. Victor Richards was outrageous then, but Lee Priest was the biggest pound for pound guy I've ever seen. The arms and the legs, and I mean, it was just crazy. He was only my age. I think he was around 20.
I definitely want to bring it back to the table next year really right. As we all know that from waist up, I'm deadly, and the day I can bring the legs to match my upper body, then of course I'll be making a real big statement in bodybuilding. So the judges have told me quite up frankly that the legs have improved. They're seeing the tremendous improvement, so let's keep going. Actually, to be invited to the Mr. Olympia, what we call the big dance, is an accomplishment for me. I'll keep working on my defaults or my body parts that are weak, that they say, and of course keep bringing them up. The sky's the limit. I'm going to keep pushing on, and hopefully I'll bring it back maybe next year even better and much bigger.
Para mais vídeos assim, deixe o seu like e se inscreva no canal VINI Wizard, o bodybuilding traduzido de graça para você.